channel. If you're new here, my name is Astrid. I do travel and fashion videos every week. And this week we're going to do a 12 stage you go through when you're in an Erasmus semester or in a semester abroad. So yeah, before we get into it, if you'd like to see some more of me or to see some more of the videos about my videos about traveling, about Erasmus and everything, hit the subscribe button and welcome to the crew. And leave a comment, everything, all my social medias will be linked down below. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So here are the 12 different stages you'll go through when you move to another country to study, whether it's for a semester, for a year, or for your full studies. This is how how things happen, and I hope this is going to be really helpful for those of you guys who are preparing a semester like that or study abroad, and those of you who already have or who are doing it right now. I hope you can relate to that and tell me in the comments what you thought you could relate to and what you thought I forgot. And yeah, let's go. First stage is the excitement stage. That's when you get the news that you're actually going to go and you're thinking of all the things that you're going to do that are going to be amazing. And you start dreaming things and everything, and you get just really excited about everything. And then comes phase 2, which is I didn't sign up for this. Basically in this stage you realize all the paperwork that you're going to have to do to move where you have to move. If you're moving from Europe to Europe, you have all the Erasmus things, all the signing up into the university, all the Erasmus plus money funds, paper, all of that. And if you're moving to another continent, it gets even worse. Like when I had to do the visa to go to the US, it was like an absolute nightmare. So yeah, this phase 2 is like I didn't sign up for this, meaning that this is when you get the paperwork wave coming at you that you didn't think through. Like most of us, we talked about that in Erasmus, that most of us didn't realize all the paperwork that we were gonna have to do because of Erasmus, and then we were not prepared for this amount of paperwork. Stage 3, which happens less or more close to the travel. For me, for example, this stage mostly happens like a couple of days before I leave, and it's the what the hell am I doing phase. That's like when it hits you that you're actually going to go far away, and that you're going away from everything that you like and your comfort and stuff, and then you're going and getting excited about something that you actually don't know what it's like. And then all the weird shit that you've learned about the country that you're going in comes back in your mind, and you're like, wait, there's that there. I heard there was that, I heard there was that, I heard there was like violence and stuff, and you start overthinking everything, like am I gonna make friends? Am I gonna be able to understand people there? Like you get through all this stage of like, wait, is that a good idea? What the hell am I doing? Next, stage number 4 is when you actually got into your Erasmus or your semester abroad, and that's the phase where everything's amazing. Like you come here and everything's cool and everything you do is exciting. Grocery shopping is so much more exciting because you're doing it abroad. Like crossing the road is so much more exciting. New cars are so much more exciting. Everything is so freaking excited simply because you're abroad. Like this is a really cool phase because like everything is so cool. Like you feel like your whole entire life is amazing right now. Like everything I do is so interesting and so fascinating and stuff. And it's a pretty cool phase. But then comes phase number 5, which is the nope phase. Like nope phase. I call that because like you know when it's this phase when you've discovered most, like you've got this honeymoon phase is over. Like the phase where you discover everything is over, and you just kind of sit there like, okay, I've discovered everything, what do I do now? And then homesickness kind of kicks in, and loneliness a little bit as well if you're moved there alone. It's a very short phase, to be honest, but it kind of has to hit you. Like we had this conference about adapting to a country when we were in the US, and how it comes in waves. Like you have ups and downs the whole time. And stage 4 is going to be the stage where you're the most excited to be here. And stage 5, the nope phase, is going to be the phase where you're the least excited to be here and you just don't want to go home. And you're like, okay, I've seen everything now, I just want to go home. The good thing is like the more you travel, the more these phases will be short and happen soon. But then stage 6 and 7 are the same phase, but they're, as I said, there's just a continuous of this like ups and down. It's like, it's a bit of like, it's a complicated stage simply because you're happy. It comes in like, you have stage where you're just fed up with the country and you just can't, and then you have better days where like, okay, I actually love where I am, and then the next day you're like, oh, if something good happens and it's related to the culture of the country, you'll be loving this country on that day. And then if, let's say, 2 days later, someone does something to you and that's typically from this country. For example, here in Berlin, people run into you, like they don't excuse themselves, they just like knock you out, and like not knock you out, they just run into you and they don't excuse themselves or anything. Well, when I'm in this 6 and 7 stage where it's just complicated, and someone does that to me, I'm just like, oh, people here are so annoying, I hate this country, this city. And a few days later I go to a party here where there's like people from everywhere around the world, and be like, oh, there's so much diversity, that's so typically Berlin, oh, I love it. And it's just this phase where you just have ups and downs all the time, depending on what you live and how people behave with you, and it's kind of complicated it's kind of complicated to deal with, but it's just something you have to go through. Stage number 8 is what I call the teenager time, and that's when you're like, you can get excited about nothing. Like, you've got your ups and downs, you know the culture by now, you know the habits, you've seen everything, and you're kind of getting into your routine slowly, and you're like, okay, I've seen everything, I can go home now, like, I'm over this, And it's like typically the phase where, that's why it's great to be in an Erasmus group, is because everyone's kind of going through the same phase at the same time, like with a few days of difference, but basically at the same times. And you'll see that really everyone has that phase where you're like, okay, so we've been there, done that now, and then the routine kind of kicks in, and you're like, can I go home now? Like, I've seen everything, kind of bored here, so yeah. So then you have stage number 9, which I personally called the Friends season 10, episode 23 stage. If you watch Friends, that's an episode on the last season where they go through all of the old memories of the previous season and everything. It's to make the viewer really nostalgic about the show and realize that it's over and then they should, and stuff like that. And this is definitely a stage like that you have, like, it's not right before the end, but like a month or 2 before the end of your stay, you'll be like, wait, I'm going soon. How is this already over? Because even though all these stages do happen, no matter what, you're gonna have the time of your life when you're abroad. So when the end hits, you're like, wait, what? Like, how does all this go so fast? But so yeah, even though there's all these stages during your experience, you're gonna have a great time no matter what. Like, you're gonna have the time of your life. And this is the thing that times goes so fast when you're abroad, and you'll be like 1 or 2 months before the end of the stay, and you'll be like, what? How did this go by so fast? Like, I didn't see it going. So many awesome stuff happened. And then it just hits you that it's about to be the end of your stay and of your adventure, and you're just like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. And just have this phase where you're getting really nostalgic with your friend. You're like, oh, this is maybe the last time we're in this coffee. This is the last time we're going to the cinema. This is the last time we go to this club. And remember when we did that, and remember when we did that. And you go in the street like, oh, remember that time you told me that in this street. And it's kind of weird, but you get really, really nostalgic altogether. It's quite fun. But yeah, then you say goodbye to everyone, you go home, and there comes stage number 10. And stage number 10 is like, can someone please do a DNA test on me? Simply because when you go home, especially if you haven't been going home during your stay, you'll get a own culture shock. And it's a really weird thing. It's like when all of the things that are typical to your culture like kind of stand out in your face, like you didn't realize it before, but then once you lived without these things and you come back, you're like, whoa, what the heck is that? And that stuff, like for example, I realized that we eat way too much meat in France. When I came back, I was like, wait, everyone's eating meat all the time, what's up with that? Or it's just like, for example, I never noticed that French people are always dressed up, and then I went to the US, came back, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we do dress up all the time. So it's just like you come back to your country and the differences with the other country will just stand out to you, and some of them will annoy the heck out of you, and you're just like, am I from my own country anymore? Did I just change that much that this part doesn't fit me anymore? And it's really when you start wondering, like, do I fit in my own country? What is that? What the hell? It's not a bad thing, it's just that you grew, but it's very strange to experience. Stage number 11, which is actually a thing, and it's post-Erasmus depression. Like, it's not a medical term, but I've read a lot about that. And also, we used to call it, with my Erasmus friends, we used to call it the Erasmus hangover. And it's basically like the time where you've gone home, you're happy you've seen your family, you're happy you've seen your friends again, and you've gone back into your home routine, and you're just like, Erasmus was so cool, or my time abroad was so cool, and you really miss it, and you kind of like depresses, like, everything I'm doing here is so lame compared to when I was doing it abroad. Like, I talked about it with my roommate from the USA, how in the US even going grocery shopping was really exciting because we would see all this food that we're not used to, whereas here in Europe, wherever I go, I'm pretty much used to food thing here and stuff. So yeah, you have this stage where you're kind of like, nah, about your being home, and you really miss the excitement of being abroad and all of that. People who have depression, don't feel offended by that. It's just the term that is used to illustrate that in most articles. I know it's not half as bad as depression, but it's just how it's told. And then comes stage number 12, and that's the stage of the never-ending "when I was in Erasmus" stage. So basically, that's the time where you are going to. It's basically like, it's just like going out of a relationship. Like, you're gonna be talking about your Erasmus experience all the freaking time. All of your sentences are gonna be like, oh, you know what, when I was in Erasmus, we did that. I did that, I know I was completely guilty of that. When I came back from Erasmus, I could not shut up about it. It was so bad. But yeah, basically it's like, you think about your experience all the time, and you talk about it all the time, and it's just like, not everyone does that, but I've definitely talked to a lot of people who have experienced that, when they just can relate everything that people tell them to Erasmus or to your semester abroad, just because you do similar stuff, because you're just living your life but abroad, so it's easy to relate. And it's just like, there's so many times where you're gonna want to say, oh, we did something similar when I was in Erasmus, but after a while you notice that you only speak about this experience, and you're gonna try to like do your best not to talk about it, and it's gonna be real hard. But yeah, so this is like stage number 12. It's really like sort of grieving your experience and like talking about it all the time and relating everything to it and stuff. But yeah, so these are, to my opinion, the 12 stage of Erasmus or your semester abroad. If you have the opportunity to go on a semester abroad, do it. Take this opportunity. You're going to have the time of your life, and yeah. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment on what you thought of these stages and if I left anything out. And yeah, that was it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye!